kiddos, and as an entrepreneur, you have to juggle a lot of things. So yes, sometimes I'm sending emails at like midnight or 1 a.m.
Yeah.
So, and I'm
Do you
not a
ever
morning
do the
person.
schedule send to make it look like it's coming from the morning and not at
I have done that before.
I've definitely done that too. 'Cause I'm like, ooh, I might look crazy sending it now. I'll look less crazy if it's coming in the
Yes,
morning.
it's like 8:04 a.m.
Yes.
Yes, when it came.
Let's talk tails.
Today's Tales with Taylor guest is really one of the most talented, hardworking, and sweet people I know. A brand strategist and inclusion and nonprofit advocate who is committed to building brands that not only look exceptional, but operate with clarity, purpose, and measurable impact. Her branding and marketing work has helped clients achieve multi-million-dollar revenue growth, break fundraising records, and launch category redefining products. Since 2019, she has also been sharing her knowledge with future designers as an adjunct professor at Grand Canyon University. It's Hana Alanis with Up Late Designers. How are you doing today?
I am great, Taylor. How are you?
Doing great, thank you.
Yeah.
So tell me the tale on how you dove into design. Were you just one of those kids like always doodling on all the side of your notebooks and things?
Oh my gosh, always doodling. I loved having parties because I wanted to design the invites for them. And then I didn't know that I was creating logos. I had no idea. And I was afraid that I was never going to be able to have a job when I was older. I was like, I'm a jack of all trades. I love gift bags and greeting cards and all these items. And then lo and behold, when I'm in my early 20s, discovered that this is visual communication. It is a whole career pathway. And then finally really found my calling with design.
What are some of your most favorite things to design? Is it that logo, that beginning entry point to all the things? Is it the, invitations? What are some of your most favorite things to design?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, everyone says that, yes, sort of crafting that whole sort of brand identity for the organization. So the whole logo suite, the color palette, absolutely. But then I love bringing it alive. So yes, those like tangible print materials, or even seeing your item on a billboard driving down the freeway and it pops up on a digital sign. I mean, that is so exciting, sort of giving it that life so then other people can go ahead and interact with it. Absolutely.
Yeah. And so your title here, Up Late Designers. So how late are you staying up?
I have 4 kiddos, and as an entrepreneur, you have to juggle a lot of things. So yes, sometimes I'm sending emails at like midnight or 1 a.m.
Yeah.
So, and I'm
Do you
not a
ever
morning
do the
person.
schedule send to make it look like it's coming from the morning and not at
I have done that before.
I've definitely done that too. Because I'm like, ooh, I might look crazy sending it now. I'll look less crazy if it's coming in the
Yes,
morning.
it's like 8:04 a.m.
Yes.
Yes, when it came.
That's hilarious. And as a mom building a business, what advice would you have to our viewers who may be moms themselves
Yeah.
trying to do that juggle?
Yes, I mean, juggling is really, really difficult. I just want to say, please don't have guilt or shame. I think that is the hardest part. You earn money to help provide for your kiddos and give them the life that they need and they want. And it is okay to not check your phone when you guys are out and about. It is okay to not be accessible 24/7 to your clients. They have lives too. They know how to check out. We need to do the same thing.
Agreed. Yeah. I think it's so important to be 100% present. And I know like literally just yesterday, my son came home so excited to show me something. And I said, give me a half hour. I need to finish a few things.
Yes.
And after that half hour, I'm all yours. And for a
Absolutely.
half second, I felt bad telling him no, wait. But it's one of those things where we need to give ourselves some grace.
Yes.
And we need to recognize like, okay, yeah, we took that extra half hour to do what we need to do to help make the money we need to make to, raise our family.
Yeah.
But then after that, my phone was away and it was just full intent. Show me all the
Yeah,
things, man. Like, show me what you want to
absolutely.
show me. So,
Yes, absolutely.
yeah, no, it's important that we have those boundaries.
Yes. Yes. And communicating with him too, that was super awesome of you. Just
Yeah.
like set that expectation. And now like we come back together 30 minutes. It's
Right.
great.
And it's all good.
Yeah.
And so part of your bios, you mentioned that you are an inclusion and nonprofit advocate. In what ways are you doing that?
Yeah, so my heart is absolutely with with mission-driven organizations. Just for, you know, a little bit of transparency, vulnerability. My oldest kiddo is developmentally disabled. So I really do enjoy working with organizations that are going to give him and the community that he is a part of a much better life. And so I always am driven to organizations that are looking to do disability support services and be more accessible and make sure that families really do feel included in our communities. Yeah. So yeah, giving them that voice visually.
And so where are some places or programs or organizations for, you know, fellow viewers who may be in that same scenario? Where would they go to find these resources or places to bring those kiddos who are, you know, neurodivergent?
Yeah, absolutely. Civitan Foundation, my son goes to Camp Civitan over the summer. So it is actually a sleepaway camp for people with disabilities. You can go as young as 6, and the oldest camper is literally in his 80s, been going for 40 years.
Wow.
But yeah, I mean, that is just a great way for even as a mom of someone with a disability, it can be hard to allow for some of that independence. And I think that is that great, that great step to go ahead and be oh my gosh, let him have his independence, let him find new friends. And it's in a beautiful, safe environment up in Williams, Arizona. So that's just one. And then another client of mine that is really making sure everyone gets to go is PAL Experiences. They create video social stories that highlight a whole experience. We've partnered with Odyssey Aquarium, for example, and it just shows what you need to know. Are there any sensory sensitivities? And we just want to make sure that everyone's got the chance to go out and get out. Families feel isolated really easily when they have disabilities.
Yeah, that's, you need to be able to have those resources. And it's great that companies are recognizing that and then are creating those special time slots or those special event days for, for those people whom, just need a different scenario.
Yeah.
I think, we're here in Mesa. I want to say Mesa was one of the first certified autistic friendly cities.
Yes,
or something
Mesa
that.
is the friendliest city for people with autism. So it's really this tourist destination for families with disabilities. So really love what Mesa's been doing and championing that. And it's not even just you have to have sensory friendly times. It's just if you know how what it takes to order at a new restaurant, that just reduces any stress or anxiety, or even I don't know, I want to know what the parking situation is like.
Right.
It can be tough, and just knowing what to expect really helps kind of cure some of that anxiety.
Yeah, that is excellent. And I'm really proud to be, a Mesa resident, Mesa business owner, because of a lot of things that, Mesa has done with things like that.
Good.
And so when someone is starting a business and is starting to think of, okay, I need to start with my logo, what are some of the questions you ask people, or what are some of the things that people should be thinking about when first diving into that brand development?
I think you really need to do some internal reflection. Is why are you in the space in the first place, right? And who are the people that you want to go ahead and reach out to? Because it doesn't matter that maybe your favorite color is green if that is a color that is overly saturated in the industry that you're going into, or it's not going to resonate with your audience. It's you just need to do a little bit of that thought analysis, a little bit of that strategy. And to think about, it is very easy to put in the symbol that everyone's going to think of, cutting shears for a salon.
Right.
But every salon that has cutting
for
shears.
A restaurant.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But it's do you remember a restaurant? It's oh my gosh, I love that fork-themed restaurant. Yeah. It's no. You have to find these elegant, little surprises. And so I think mind mapping is a great way, keywords, things that really relate to, your core and your passion. And then what can that go ahead and inspire for that element now for the logo?
Excellent. And you mentioned okay, your colors, maybe your favorite color is green. Do you think at all about the psychology of color, or the fact that maybe it is oversaturated in that particular industry?
Yeah, definitely. I look but first on an industry standard aspect, and then you can always kind of play with the ick vibe. Okay, yellow is my favorite color. It is a brand color for me.
Because you look fabulous.
Yeah. But it's it can very easily, you can get ones that maybe it was a little bit too green, that makes you feel a little bit sick to your stomach. But if you want to shock and awe because you're a weird, creepy museum, that could be the vibe that you want to go ahead and put off. So absolutely, there is feeling that is attached to it too.
Yeah. Very cool. And so, running and growing a business is hard enough, and then you chose to take another not appreciative enough job of being a professor. Tell me the tale that made you go, you know what? I'm not busy enough. Let me also be an
I have
adjunct.
more things I need to do. No, I love teaching. It's like one of my passions. My first job that I ever had, I tutored kids in reading back when I myself was early in high school. And it was really powerful seeing kiddos like have these aha moments for themselves. And it stuck with me forever. And my best friend, she at the time was working in the costuming department at Grand Canyon University and was like, hey, I hear that the design department is looking for some teachers. Like, do you just like want to shoot your shot? I was like, yes, please. I love teaching. Like, this has been a little dream of mine. It's like,
also, it was
so
like
cool.
no hesitation.
No hesitation. I'm like,
Okay.
I have to do this. I will make it work with my schedule. And it's been the most rewarding 7 years on a career aspect, obviously.
Yeah.
And I'm always so excited to be able to, again, give back, help influence the future of design and, help other people find their calling.
Yeah. So have you then, obviously with this much time, you've seen students graduate. Have you stayed in touch at all with any of those students?
Oh, absolutely. The graduating class just this past semester, I had some of them as freshmen. So it was like this bookend moment, helping them create their portfolios. And then, we keep in touch on LinkedIn. It's so exciting to see them get jobs. One guy actually got signed with the Grizzlies to go ahead and do, their design work, which was super exciting. Like he came and showed me his hat, and I just felt so special and beautiful. I just love that they are sharing those moments with me as well.
Yeah, because without you, that's a direct impact. Like you're able to see how you're directly impacting the future of their lives and also then their future families because you're able to help them, get into careers that, that's amazing.
That's the goal. Yeah.
And so, obviously you've been in business for a while, so you've seen the waves of, print being super duper important to then, now we got to focus on social media and all these digital ads. Do you find that businesses should still focus on both and why?
Yeah, definitely. I think that you have to do some flexibility in experimentation and see what is going to go ahead and work. People are always like, print is dead. It's like, no, there's so much saturation now with everything is being hit at you with social and digital marketing that people are wanting things to be a little bit more authentic again. And they're wanting to touch things. So I think you have to experiment, ride those waves and find the mix that's going to go ahead and work best for you. Yeah. Don't ever count one out or the other or go too all in, put all your eggs in one basket. Find that right mix for yourself.
Right. And then is there a particular industry that you like to stay in, or are you fairly industry agnostic, or is there just more of a, mindset of an industry you like to work with?
Yeah, I mean, I have been industry agnostic, but really I do like to focus on organizations that are wanting to do something better for the world. It's not just sales for sales sake. It's are we creating a product that is really going to go ahead and benefit people, benefit the community? Mm-hmm. So that's really where I kind of pinpoint myself is are they mission driven? Are we looking to do something better for, XYZ? But yeah, I mean, I've worked with the hospitality industry, retail, B2B. So really kind of gamut.
Kind of makes it more fun. I always like to say too, it's fun to be game show ready. All these random facts from different industries.
I love that idea.
Yeah, and so tell me a tale that you wish you would have told your younger self when you were first getting started in business.
It is okay to say yes and to try things. So often you hear you have to learn how to say no, and it's well, yeah, but you don't know what you like or don't like. You don't know what's going to work for you unless you take the opportunity to say yes and try and then go ahead and grow and build out from there. I think you have to have that experimentation phase. I mean, even going into college, it's guys, I originally went for interior design.
Still design.
Yeah, still design. But
it's
okay, but then I really found where do I play well in and what's really exciting. And if you aren't open, how are you going to go ahead and receive what, the universe or your higher power is trying to give to you and guide to you?
That's a good point. That's a really good point. I started in journalism.
Cool.
And then transitioned into video. There's still parallels, your
Absolutely.
interior design and now, graphic design and branding.
Nice.
But yeah, until you really jump into other aspects, you don't really know what you're good at, what you're bad at, and what you kind of enjoy.
Yeah.
And so what are some of the biggest design mistakes you see people make?
I think leaning into trend for trend's sake. Feeling you have to have your own personal aesthetic and style. Someone is not hiring you for your style, right? It's what can you go ahead and execute for them is going to resonate with an audience. So I think that people try to like sort of niche down too much, or they just try to do the trendiest thing possible, but we see that trends fade, right? I mean, businesses that have been around forever, take Coca-Cola, for example. I mean, there was a legacy and a foundation, and they've poured meaning into themselves. And it's not this idea of trend hopping that's going to make you do well.
Yeah. And what are your thoughts on rebranding? Because, I've had clients where, we'll create these beautiful campaign of videos. And then next thing you know, we decided to rebrand, and it's a total 180, 110% different. And now we got to redo all the other videos that we just got done. Yeah. And so what's your opinion on rebrand? Because you mentioned the Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
Some small variations here and there, but as a whole, pretty much Nike. Small, teeny variations.
Exactly.
But as a whole, very much the same.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's definitely, you have to determine, why am I looking at a rebrand? Is something just not working with what's going on right now? Well, maybe you don't need a whole overhaul to fix that. I think we have to see what is like that internal driver first for that aspect. And if you're going to go ahead and do a rebrand, I say try to keep your colors the same. Color is so powerful. If like all of a sudden Starbucks changed their logo from green to, let's say, like
orange,
purple, orange, people are gonna have this like crazy gut gross attack against that. So it's like, I feel like rebranding, keep your colors rooted in that, and then see, is there a way just to kind of morph it and make it more adaptable? Maybe it's just an adaptability aspect that you need to be exploring. But I don't know. I think we need to kind of like give people some therapy sessions and be like, why are we rebranding in the first place?
Yes, I agree. Because there's been times where I've, witnessed it and it's not necessarily in my position as the video person to question those things, but it is like, how is this benefiting? This isn't educating, this isn't telling me this is what you do, and I say this as someone who actually has rebranded. So in, 2014, when we first started, we had a more passive blue tone, not quite as strong of a blue, and it said, video in the middle, and then it just had a bunch of dollar signs, which got people confused about like Financial Potion, what? And so then we moved those bubbles to have icons of, whether it's a computer for editing or, an image of a drone or, the different bubbles represent different service options, with the bottle being Financial Potion. And so, but we always stayed in the blue, just got stronger with our blues.
Yes.
But when you do the total color change, like people, I don't think about the psychology of color. When we are wearing a color or we write something in a particular color, like if you received a document with red ink, you instantly
somebody's mad at me.
Get a feeling. Yes. So I don't think enough people think about that.
Yeah. Absolutely. But it sounds like you made some really wise choices there. It's like, like we're still keeping our bottle. We're still technically keeping the same underscored palette, but just like pushing it to the directions that it needed to happen to communicate what you needed it to communicate.
Exactly. And we will still, if you look at our studio, there'll still be some of that light passive blues here and there, because it's still an homage to like our original brand.
It's a total touch.
Yeah. Well, thank you. Thank you. Now, when it comes to fonts, how do you help people navigate the world of fonts? Block font versus a serif. It's, again, similar to color, a totally different feeling that you're giving someone in an instant.
Oh, absolutely. There's a great meme that it says like, you'll always be mine, and it's in a script font. And then it says, you'll always be mine, but it's like this horrible like serial killer, like scratched out font. And it's like, again, it's the vibe, it's the feeling. What do you want to communicate? And different typefaces give you completely different feelings, right? I mean, everyone always like, talks and jokes about like Comic Sans and like
pirates,
the dreaded fonts, but like they had their purposes. They were created for what they were created for in the first place, right? And the same thing comes when choosing the typefaces for our brands. Like, do you need to feel regal and strong, or are you looking for like that feminine touch? And we're going to play with italics and something that's a little bit lighter, right? So it's just, what are you looking to evoke? And again, who is receiving that message? What do we want to communicate? And are they going to go ahead and take on that message?
Right. And then, do you help people with brand cohesion? Because I do feel like sometimes when we're doing a digital audit, you look on the website and you see one colors in one font. You go on the Facebook or the Instagram and maybe they lean more on trends. So you're seeing different colors and different fonts. How do you help people navigate with that?
Oh, definitely. So if I am helping them, create a brand from scratch, I mean, it's that brand guide that says, here's your rules. What can we sort of root different things in to make sure that it feels very similar when you're going on to like TikTok versus the website. Again, each of those things, maybe you're speaking to a different audience on one social platform versus the other, but we still want to have like core foundational elements. So someone's like, oh no, I thought I was like looking at Coca-Cola, but then all of a sudden it feels like I'm on Pepsi's website. Right. It's like we want that similarity across so people know that they're interacting with the same brand. Absolutely.
Right, because our whole goal online is just to build that trust. We want to get people to know that we are experts in whatever field that it is, that you can trust us. So when the time comes to hire us, you're not going to look anywhere else. You're just going to go to that one person. Yes. And it really does start with, just visuals. It starts with having, that consistent, clean look, whatever your brand may be. Yeah. Most definitely.
Yeah. And if your brand is loud and boisterous, lean into it all the time, right? Don't pull your punches. Like you can be your brand, but be your brand through and through.
Yes, and that's even like how you're dressed today, how I am. People are always like, wow, you're always in blue. And I'm like, yeah, I'm either going to be in blue or I'm going to have my logo on.
Baby.
Yeah. And so, always lean into your brand. And I also then tell people too, when you're coming up with a brand, like maybe don't choose only the color that you like you mentioned, but maybe if there's a way to work it in, well, do it because you're going to probably have to wear it a lot.
Yes, absolutely. Wouldn't it suck if you hated purple and you're always wearing purple?
Yeah, exactly. Why would you do that to yourself? Yes. Do not force yourself into those types of things.
Yes.
And so tell me, I know in business, like I am always in the car and Audible, listening to various things, just trying to maximize my time and gain motivation and inspiration. Yeah. Is there a particular tale, whether it's a book, something someone told you, or even a movie that really just stuck with you that gives you that motivation, inspiration?
Oh gosh. I mean, I love to learn. I am always like consuming content. I am an NPR girly. So I was like, I love listening to talk radio in the car. Yes. But honestly, the book that just impacted me really recently, and I go back to it, it was called Abundance. And I love the thoughts about like, how can we be operating as a society and what can we be investing in when it comes to like science and innovation and doing better about agriculture. And so this idea, this abundance mindset, and it's kind of just made me sort of rethink myself a little bit and business at all, and just this like kind of whole bigger picture. So that's something that like just this idea of abundance and what can that mean and how can I integrate that into like life more.
Right. Yeah. No, it's Greg Peterson, one of my good clients. He says like, the only thing that humans lack is what's in between our ears. Yeah. And so it's like, you really can do anything if you just, put your foot down and do it.
Yes, so, absolutely.
Yeah. That's excellent. Yeah, no, it's Abundance. Do you know who else by chance?
Oh my gosh.
I always like to look up the books that are mentioned if I don't already know about it.
No. And it's, oh my gosh, why can't I think of the Ezra Klein, I want to say.
We'll look it up. We'll make sure we have links back there on the show notes and everything. So yeah, that's a great. I definitely want to look that up because sometimes it's nice too to get out of just the business world of education content and things. And so I like that has some more rounded feel to it. And so being a working mom, do your kids ever ask you like, what is it that you do, or do they ever get involved at all and visit places with you? Oh, look, mommy sign or anything like that.
Oh my gosh, no, I love that. I mean, my kids are little pal movie stars. They've been in a couple of the videos, so that's been really fun to go ahead and include them in those. I don't know if like the younger ones honestly know what it means to be a graphic designer. My older daughter, she was really offended when someone got placed into like the graphic design cohort at her high school, and they were like, ugh, graphic design. And she was so sad. She's like, Mom, they're making fun of like what you do. And I was like, no, it's okay. Just he's upset because he wanted to go into sports medicine and they put him in the graphic design path. Like obviously like he'd be upset about that. But like she really kind of latches on and like wants to like kind of connect on on like drawing aspects and those types of things. So I think that's like super, super fun. But then of course, like you get like the Mother's Day, like little forms the kids fill out. And it's like, mom's favorite food is pizza and mom's favorite thing to do is work. And it's like, yes.
Answering emails. Yes. Yeah. But it is cute. And, I think at the end of the day, they're going to go, well, I had a hardworking mom. And I think that's what's, really important too.
Yeah.
And so, how has, I'm going to talk about the buzzword of the century, I feel, is AI.
Oh.
How has AI, helped your business? And I feel like, a lot of us creatives, I like to say has helped our business because, really, I feel like a lot of us are smart enough where we instantly didn't see the issues. We instantly saw, ooh, this is a tool that's fun to play with.
Yes. No, absolutely. And I think that like take it for what it is and experiment with it, right? You don't ever want to get left behind.
Right.
And it's like the people who, I hear people who are like, oh, I was a graphic designer back in the day and I did the paste boards, but I don't do that anymore. And the reason why they don't do that job anymore is because they did not try to adopt the computer.
Right.
Did not try to adopt like learning Illustrator and InDesign and all those things. So it's just one of those things that's like, it is a new tool. You can find how it works for you. Yes, Chat GPT, I will go and I will talk to it and get like ideas of like, I need a sounding board for some copy or I don't lean on it for visuals because it just, it isn't able to craft what I need it to craft yet. But I would love eventually be like, here's my campaign. Will you go ahead and iterate like 17 social graphics for me so we can go ahead and like churn out some content like quicker for clients? Absolutely. So I do love this idea, like it's a tool. Let's figure out how it's going to go ahead and support us, right?
Yes.
And I don't know, don't let it do like the fun things that you like to do. Like why would you like take away the fun parts of your job and give it to a robot?
Yeah, but it just makes our job so nicer. Like I know now I am so less concerned about what's in the background of a photo at an event. It used to be I'd shift through an event. Oh, it's a great photo. Oh gosh, that person in the background looks so bad. Yeah. And now with the use of AI, like we're able to change and perfect the background within seconds comparative to, how it would have been before. Yeah. And so, those are some times where, yes, you could still like, you do what you love, but like help it leverage and save you time on things that used to be so tedious.
Yes.
And so you mentioned chat. Do you have other favorite tools that you like to use these days? And these could be non-AI tools, just in general. Like what are some of your favorite tools these days?
Obviously I'm in the Adobe Creative Suite when it comes to like crafting my items, but my good old trusty friend is my sketchbook and my pencil. I am still to this day sketching out ideas. That's how I take notes is with a pencil and a paper. And I just feel like those are still like those foundational elements. And like, I think that is what can set you apart as a designer is, do you know how to start from pen and paper, or pencil and paper, and then go ahead and craft from there. So it's still my favorite tool and it's essential.
Why do you feel like it's so great to have that physical paper to pencil interaction?
Really powerful like neural connectivity that happens from eye, hand, pencil, brain. I mean, I just feel like it is so powerful. And there's times that like I have jumped to the computer first to go ahead and try to craft an event logo, and I'm like, everything is coming out crap. And then I stopped and I was like, well, why didn't I draw first? And I draw and I'm like, oh my gosh, like there was this thing that like I couldn't make happen just on the computer. It's like I needed to draw it, experiment, and then can vectorize it from there. And it's just, there's just things that your brain can unlock by putting pencil to paper that doesn't always happen when you go cursor to screen first.
I 110% agree. I have so many notebooks. I'm always writing everything down first because it's a muscle memory. It's that like if I had to recall a note, I know what side of the page it's on, where within the page it is. Maybe it's because, because we're in similar ages, maybe it's because we grew up without it at first.
It could be.
Maybe.
Yeah.
It would be interesting to know in the next like 15 years, like how is it that, people in their 30s to 40s are, actually operating and things? Are they able to go straight to computer or straight to tablet because that's what they did?
Right.
It's going to be interesting because I'm shocked at how well my 3.5-year-old can operate a tablet.
Yes, mine.
It's kind of scary.
Yes.
You're like, whoa, how are you able to swipe? Like, I feel like they could turn things on faster than I can.
Yes. Yes, they have. We were just talking about this. Like our youngest kiddos, who are 5 and 7, have technically never known a world before AI.
Yeah, right.
And
oh my gosh.
Yes, and this world of like being digital and being on tablets and those screens, it's just this is a different world that they're starting into. Their brains are going to be a bit different. So it will be interesting to see in 30 years what what happens?
What that means and what that happens, or our memory is going to be impacted because of how less we actually have to recall. You know, we used to have to remember our friends' phone numbers to call them, you know, and now everything's on a phone or everything can just be asked, hey, here's what the answer. They didn't need to do a Dewey Decimal System to find the particular book, to find the particular section, the particular answer. So yeah, I think that's definitely going to be an interesting shift to see, and we'll have the front row stage with our kiddos.
Yes, this is the experiment, the grand experiment. Yes, absolutely.
Oh, this has been so much fun, and so please remind the audience, like, all the ways in which you can help people.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I am your branding gal. Like, let's go ahead and let's solve some problems together. Like, that's what I want to go ahead and do for you. And I love connecting people. I have so many organizations, so many people that I know, and I just think bringing people together is only going to be better for our community and for our society. So that's what you can go ahead and find me.
Excellent. We're going to make sure that we have like all your social links, your website, everything, all linked back for the show notes. And if you were to give everyone just one piece of advice before we, you know, sign off, what would be that one piece of advice you give people?
That one piece of advice. I don't know. Go have fun. You have to live your life to be able to do anything. I mean, I tell my students, like, please make sure to go live your life. You know, this is where you will find the inspiration for everything, is by actually taking time away from work to go ahead and live.
That is true. And I think it really ties into what you said in the very beginning with, you know, just parenting and being present and, you know, giving yourself grace and, you know, don't beat yourself up. Like, live your life, plan things. And I know something I've really adapted to more recently is like actually planning ahead the whole year and color coding it. And so like green, although I do love the color blue, green's one of my favorite colors. And so like green's family time. And so like if there's not enough green on a calendar, there's an issue here, you know? And so you got to make sure you supplement it, you know, get some green.
I love that for you.
Thank you.
Just like see that, like there's not enough family time on this calendar.
Yeah. So on a snapshot, blues are meetings, reds are video shoots, yellows just like buffer, like go to the bathroom.
Sure.
You know? So if you don't schedule it, it won't
it's not gonna happen.
And I'm not gonna wear Depends. I'm not there yet. Yeah, and then green's family time.
Love
So,
that.
yeah, thank you.
Awesome,
Thank
Julie.
you. Yeah, gotta, you know, I'm also visual, so you know, I like to snapshot visually see that. So.
Good.
Yeah. So thank you again. I truly do love having you as a strategic partner. What I said in that bio of you being, you know, just one of the hardest working and talented, but just generally sweet people is total truth. You know, I just have such a pleasure of anytime we've been able to collaborate and work with each other. So just thank you for being the wonderful person that you are. And thank you for being so talented with all your design work.
Well, thank you for having me. You're a rock star. I appreciate this so much.
Thank you. Thank you. So if you are in need of design work, or if you're an inspiring designer, you know whom you should be connecting with and whom you should know. So make sure you connect with Hana. She's absolutely fabulous, gorgeous, shining bright like a sun here. And until next time, thank you again for joining us. Thank you for watching Tales with Taylor. Please make sure you like and subscribe to the Financial Potion YouTube channel to never miss an episode.